Hello and welcome to Privat Fiskefrø. Today we're gonna tie a little streamer. It's one of the series Easy Ties. This streamer. It's a very nice little fly. I've been very lucky with it. It moves nice in the water and it's very easy to tie. That's why I brought it in my series Easy Ties. Well, just see how I tie this fly. Okay, follow on. Well, now I'm gonna tell you a little about the materials I've been using in this fly. I use some hooks from this box. It's an off-brand hook. The hook is size 4, I think. Not quite sure, but it's not so very important. You can use the hook that fits your needs, but I advise you to use a hook with a large hook gap. Yeah. I also made a little hotspot in the end there. You can see that quite now, but I used this fluorescent thread I got and made a little hotspot on the back of this hook and covered it all up with some lacquer to attract the fish. And for flash on this, I use this silvery flash from Fly Ties Dungeon. It's long fibered, very nice to use this. And I also use this grizzly carpet. I got long fibered grizzly carpet. In this is I forgot what it is. Very craft fur. It's craft fur. Craft grizzly carpet. I got one big chunk of it. I got it. I think I bought it from China, but you can get it elsewhere. And also I got this ice, 3D ice, 5mm ice in gold and black. You can use whatever color on the ice you want. That's not so. That is gonna fit your needs, your bait fish on your area. And for the tying thread, I just use some ordinary white thread in 8/0. I have a lot of it, strong enough, so I use that. I told you about the hotspot. This is 8/0 fluorescent thread on the hotspot. And for the ice, I'm gonna use this liquid fusion to attach the ice. And when it's dried, I use this Gorilla Glue to cover it all up, or as I told, some Loon Hardhead. It's also very nice to use. So that's all the materials I've been using in this fly, and well, let's see how I tie it. Okay, let's start tying this fly. First of all, I put the off-brand hook in my vise. My vise is a Dining King Indexer for this fly, and I'm gonna start off with putting on a hotspot. To do this, I have some fluorescent orange thread, and I just start with putting a thread bump on the edge here. Just snip off the waste, and I'm gonna cover this with some resin lacquer to make it stay there like that, and just make a little whip finish on this, because I'm gonna continue with this fly and use another color of the thread, fly tying thread. Just this is just for the hotspot, and I put that aside and I take some UV reflectant coating just a lacquer I have, but it has some UV in it as well. So I just cover this. It dries fairly quick. So it's like smells like ordinary nail polish. The women's using this. Well, now I put on my ordinary fly tying thread. It's white in 8/0. Wind back all the way to the hot spot, and it's not completely dried yet, but that's not so important. And I take this material, that is a carpet, grizzly carpet I had bought from I got it from China, but you can get it from elsewhere, carpet shops and everything, clothing, and measure out how long I want the tail on this streamer. Just snip off and square it off like that, and I tie it in reverse style like this. Go around and just distribute this onto the hook. This hot spot is gonna shine through, and I use some push tool. It looks like this. You can use an ordinary big pen or whatever. Just distribute this a little bit so it goes backwards. You can also use some saliva to just make it be more cooperative, but that's okay. And I want some flash in this. I use this silvery flash I have, and I just covered it up like this, and do the same. Don't mind if this flash is a bit long, because you can tear it off in the right length afterwards. Now we take another clump, the same material, snip it off, and now the next clump I want it to be tapered, so I just measure out so it don't exceed the first bunch I had. And to do the same, you can moisten the tip to make it easier to tie in the tie-in process. Just distribute this around the hook. You don't want some bare hook, and just use your fingers and your push tool to just make it go around and build up this fly. I find that this white thread of mine is strong enough to do this fly, so I got a lot of this thread, so I use it. I bought some large spools. I'm gonna show you. It's 10,000 meter on this. So, well, I'm gonna use that. Just measure out a new clump. But before I put the new clump on, I take some more flash. Just bundle it up and just get it on to the fly like this. And now you take your new clump that is prepared. measure out so it tapers. Turn it around in your fingers, moisten it a little bit. Around the hook we go. This is gonna be very nice streamer. Just tie it in completely and distribute these fibers all around the hook. Take some and check it. Yes, it's very nice and complete. Go up. I'm gonna show you the complete carpet afterwards. The big piece I got. Just this is just a little piece I'm just using right now for the ease of it. Just measure out. It's very easy to tie this. So don't, when you first get a hang of how to tie these flies, you can tie up a lot of them in just one night. You see now, I'm surely getting there. Maybe some more flash. The amount of flash you can decide for yourself. Some people don't want too much flash in their flies, so well, just leave it out. Now I take the last bundle of material on this fly. Just find a nice thick part. Snip off this waste and measure out. I said it was the last, but I have to see about that. It's not so good to crowd the eyes on this. You don't look too good. So just around the bundle we go. Like that, and find your hot spot to put the thread. Just I think that was quite alright. Now I just finish off with some wrappings in front and complete to make a nice head on this. You see the head is white, but I'm gonna color this with some grayish permanent marker I have, and use the whip finisher. First of all, there you have it. And now I'm gonna look for my gray permanent marker. I left it in my, maybe I just, well, there it is. I got it. Pro marker. Just color this white thread. The white thread takes nice color. Like that. And you can also, if you want, you can also take some orange thread in front if you want a big flashy fly, but there is some hot spot in the back, so well, I cover this with some lacquer to seal off this thread wraps. Use both hands for this. Just steer your brush so you don't clog your eye. So now I'm gonna take on some eyes on this, and for this I I'm gonna use this 3D eyes. I can also use some flat eyes. I have not quite decided, but I'm gonna use these 3D eyes for this. And I want minimal build-up on these eyes, so I use these flat nose pliers. I just, where the eyes is gonna be, I'm gonna squeeze the fly so it becomes very flat in the area that the eyes is gonna go, like that. Then I take this eyes out of the bag. I put it on my hand for the ease of it. I think this is 5mm eyes in width, and to glue it all up on my fly I use this liquid fusion. You can also use some super glue on this, but I use liquid fusion because I got good experience with this. Just a little dab where the eyes is gonna go on each side. This is very strong glue and non-toxic. I like the non-toxic one. Now I take my fingers and place the eyes where it's gonna be. And check it and see about the same the eyes is aligned, and you see now, you see all this flash, you can't tear it off if you want. And when this fly is gonna go in the water, it's gonna look like $1 million and it's gonna fish like a dream. And I have this sharp hook here that's gonna help me hook the fish. Well, you can leave it as this. The glue is gonna dry and the ice is gonna stay put. But if you want, you can cover this with some several kind of glue. You can use this Loon Hardhead clear, or as I used to do, I use this Gorilla Glue to cover it all up, to cover all the eyes, and you can see what this is gonna stay on. The eyes is gonna stay on. So that's another process to glue the eyes. I don't want you to expect you to see when the glue is drying, but this is how this fly is gonna look when it's finished, with some glue on top of the eyes and around it. So I thank you all for watching my video, and I advise you to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. You will always get the latest videos from me. So thank you all, bye bye, and tight lines.